From the beginning, VantagePoint Church has just been a very special place. And that might sound like a pastor bragging or how every parent thinks that their kid is special. But in this case, I don't think anyone could argue. VantagePoint Church is just a special place. I've been a part of some great churches, but I can honestly say that I've never seen anything like what I've seen at VantagePoint. I've seen over 100 people raise their hands on one day and give their lives to Christ. I've seen over 50 people spontaneously get out of their seats and come forward to be baptized because God was calling them to. I've seen this little church plant grow from 10 people to 1,000 people in under 5 years. I've seen lives change, close friendships start and grow. I've seen lonely and hurting people find a home. I've seen people like Dave and Tim and Mary who came to VantagePoint Church looking for something that was missing in their lives, finding more than they ever could have imagined.
Life before I became a Christian was really messed up. Really, I was lost. Me and my wife were lost. My son, and, we were just living in a fog, I guess you could say. Every year, I would go and sit outside of Best Buy for Black Friday to save some money. A bunch of people started coming down with donuts and everything, and I'm like sitting here playing Monopoly thinking, hey, I'm gonna get a donut, all right, you know? And so they handed me a donut and handed me a business card, and we ended up coming here to VantagePoint Church.
Our neighbor, Kim Martindale, we used to walk, and so one day she invited me, she said, you need to come check out our church. I said, okay, all right, yeah. Well, 2 years passed, and things just, just seemed like things were missing. So I went to church that Sunday, and I went by myself. I told Tim I'm going, I need to go. And so I went to church, and I come back, and I'd be like, oh, it's so awesome. So Tim finally said he would come Easter. And from that point, we didn't miss a service unless we were out of town.
I think everybody was kind of expecting me, okay, well, he went the one time and that'll be it. Maybe he'll go next Easter, but I told Mary, you know what, I'd like to go again. I'd like to check it out again.
I didn't realize that I had anything missing at that time, but as I was listening to sermons and we were going home and talking about the sermons afterwards, and we really started realizing there is something else going on. There's a lot that we've been missing out on. I don't know, it's just from there, the Lord just grabbed onto us, and He hasn't let us go since then.
I think one of the services that really got us going when Mark was talking about being baptized. And I'm kind of looking at Mary, and she's kind of looking at me, and all of a sudden I see her scribbling something down. I said, what are you doing? She goes, I'm going to get baptized. And I said, put me down too. So on that day, which was last year, we got baptized, and that's when I knew I had the Lord in my heart big time. And that's when I knew that we were in a different direction, and we were going in the right direction.
Me, my wife, and my son, we all got baptized the same day. We all accepted the Lord and went ahead and got baptized all together. It was an amazing thing because, I don't know, the Lord just grabbed my whole family, and He just changed us all, reshaping us. It's an amazing thing.
I mean, I've seen the changes it's made in us. I've seen the changes it's made in other couples. We've been coming here now for 1.5 years, and we've seen so much change.
I just want everybody saved. I mean, Jesus says we need to go out and make disciples. And I feel that if I can get someone to come to church, God will do the rest. And it's important because one day it's going to be all done. I'm going to be up there, and I want everybody that I know up there, and whoever I don't know, I want them to be up there.
We want people to experience what we've experienced in the last 1.5 years.
I found a peace tranquility that I've never even known about. And that's just the greatest feeling that there ever will be, is just knowing the love that God has got for you. And you'll never find a love like that anywhere else.
The cool thing is that Dave, Tim, and Mary's stories aren't unique here at VantagePoint Church. I know so many others who have stories just like theirs. And I've often wondered why God has chosen to bless our church in the way that He has. And I don't know if I have a good answer to that. Maybe it's just because we've always been a church that tried to do big things with great faith that we knew would fail miserably if God wasn't at the center of it all. I've always believed that God has something huge that He wants to accomplish through VantagePoint Church. And I truly believe that we are at one of those defining moments in the life of our young church. Over the next few weeks, we're going to take a journey together. We're calling it Pioneer. We're going to talk about where we believe God is leading us. And I'm convinced that the opportunities that lie before us today are challenging. They're exciting. And they've been given to us by God to help us take our next steps in His huge plan for us and the world around us. So here's what we're going to be talking about over the next little bit. We're going to be talking about where we're going, how we're going to get there, and we're going to be talking about the role that each of us has to play in our journey together. But can I tell you this? There's no group of people anywhere that I'd rather be on this journey.